We are Si and Sophie. This is Coastal News, a home and away podcast, your weekly episode companion podcast for your favourite Aussie soap.
Oh, you made it through that red carpet.
Oh, yes. Busy.
Hustle and bustle. Yeah. Hello.
Hello. How are you?
I'm well. Are you?
Yes, I'm good. I'm excited.
What a night. The night of the year.
Of course.
We meet again.
Bigger than anything. Bigger than any other awards ceremony you can think of on the planet.
It's all happening. It's all about Coastal News annual awards. And we're here. Is this the third year running now?
It is. Third year. No cancels. Still here.
I struggled getting in the door, I will admit, because
Mm.
if listeners don't already know, you have been crowned once again
Oh, God.
favourite pod host, second year running. Congratulations.
Thank you. I don't really understand why I keep winning this award.
I was
bizarre.
wading through all your fans outside. Couldn't get in.
Oh dear, don't worry, they're all getting picked up at 8. It's fine. Oh dear. No, thank you, whoever voted. I appreciate it. I did my Gwyneth last year, so I'll keep this short. But I honestly don't know why you vote for me, but I do appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Congratulations. We all know why. We all know
It's the backdoor jokes, isn't it?
why. That's not what I was thinking, but yeah, it is.
Oh dear.
Well, congratulations. And can you make it a hat trick next year? I suppose we'll find out.
It was very close, though. We must say that it was only like a vote between us.
It was close. Yes, you are right. But I'm being humble.
So,
Underneath,
yeah,
I'm boiling. Nobody
it's
cares.
Eddie. Do you know what? If your other half had voted, you'd have probably won. So it's
I know. Well, words
Yeah.
must be had.
Mhm.
Mhm. No, but you're well deserved. Well deserved.
Aw.
You bring a lot. I voted for you. There we go.
Ah, I voted for you. Obviously, you should know that because you could see the
I
poll.
can see that. Just check it.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Yeah. So, but you're not the only person being crowned. You know, our listeners, they were voting throughout August and September this year. They were voting hard, and we had the most votes ever this year, actually. Thank you very much, everyone, for taking your time to share your thoughts on Home and Away. We are going to learn today in this award ceremony who your best is of the past 12 months on Home and Away, your best couple, your best storyline, your best moment, and so on. And we're not on our own hour. We have a lot of guests coming up, special guests, to help us along the way and to help us announce it. So thank you to those as well in advance for being a part of the show. It means a lot to us, especially as some of the other sort of podcast friends we have announcing awards don't necessarily follow Home and Away, but support us. And it's really nice.
That's really nice. Thank you.
Yes. Now we have a very, very important announcement to make before we get on and meet our first special guest. And that is this year on the awards, we asked our listeners if they wanted or were interested in a meetup, didn't we? And
We
some
did.
sort of social. And unanimously, people were telling us, yeah, we're up for it, and giving us ideas of where we're going to be and where they want it to be and where they could travel to and all the rest of it. So we're going to give this a go, aren't we? We've been planning, and we've got some news. We are going to do an event, a social event, Coastal News podcast live in Manchester on the 16th of March next year. Stop me if I get any of this wrong. And not only is it with podcast related stuff and Home and Away chit chat and meeting other listeners and other fans of the show, which will be great, a good laugh. It's also going to be a Home and Away murder mystery game, which we're low-key excited about. Are we high-key excited about? I can't work it out yet.
I think we're quite high-key excited. To be honest. Yes.
So if you fancy a right good day out, it's going to be free, absolutely totally free. You've only got to get yourself there. then see the link in the description below, or head to our socials at Coastal News Pod on all the socials that Sophie reminds you of every week on all the episodes, and click on the link to book your space. They're really limited, and it will be really good to meet and chit chat home and away about something we all love. And yeah, it's going to be an exciting murder mystery game as well, which I think is going to be quite good fun, actually. And we're doing it ourselves, aren't we? We are creating the game. We are working hard, so it'd be great to see as many of you as possible. Did I miss anything there?
I think you've covered it all. Yeah. Well done. Sounds good.
I'm sure we'll bang on about it between now and then. So
absolutely. This won't be the only time you hear about this.
But it's really exciting, and it would be great to see as many of you as possible.
Yeah.
Right. Shall we get on with what we're here to do and dish out some awards? Now, our first guest is really special for us. He's taken a lot of time, really, it's to speak to us this past year or two that we've been doing this, and things have been great for us on the podcast. And this is someone who's really special to us, somebody inside the Home and Away Summer Bay Towers who is really special to you and I, isn't he?
Yeah.
This is Marty.
G'day there, my name is Marty and I'm the lead assistant editor on Home and Away. I want to thank Si and Sophie for being such cool cats. A few of us at work listen to you guys. We love your podcast. It's an honour to hear what the Fair Dinkum fans think of our little show. We love hearing you have a yarn about your predictions and your theories. Just laughing to ourselves, of course, because we all know what's coming up next. So I've been asked here to announce that the best moment of 2023, as voted by you, dear Coastal News listener, is Tane and Felicity's wedding day car crash. It's great to see that you guys enjoyed that story as much as we had fun making it.
So our listeners' best moment, as announced by the best person ever, Marty, is the wedding day car crash, Tane and Felicity.
Wow. That was
Did you see that?
Quite an episode, wasn't it? Let's face it. Yeah.
I think that's well deserved, actually. As sort of stunt goes, do you remember on the podcast we were like, I don't think I took a breath for like a minute.
No.
And this car was slamming into this and slamming into that.
It was just nuts, wasn't it? It literally just edged the seat like, and that was it for a minute. Just don't breathe. Just didn't even blink, I don't think, for the whole minute. It was so good.
It was. And I can understand why that sticks out as people's moment of the year, the last 12 months. When you sort of cast your mind back, that is definitely one of the first things you think of. This insane. What has been an insane year, really? Let's face it.
35th year.
Yeah. A lot's happened. Best moment. Tane and Felicity's wedding day car crash.
Yeah, I'm actually really glad that we got Marty to announce this as well. I'm glad it won, because it's not just about the acting in these scenes. It's actually the makeup, the special effects, the music, the editing, everything was in this scene. Everything was just brilliant, and just 5 out of 5 across the board for everybody. Was just so good. So it's really, really nice that Marty got to hear that the fans obviously have really loved this scene as well. So, this whole episode really was really good.
Best newcomer now, and who have we got announcing that, Sophie?
So our presenters for Best Newcomer are the lovely Gavin and Helen from Talk of the Street, which is a Coronation Street catch-up podcast. They upload a new episode every Saturday morning. And I'm actually a really big fan of this podcast. I listen to it when I'm doing my housework. So I do recommend giving it a listen. Go for the Coronation Street chat. Stay for the husband and wife banter between Gavin and Helen. Because it's so funny, like auction talk and all the little segments they do that are not necessarily Coronation Street as well. They're so funny. So give them a listen. You can find them on all of the usual social media apps as well. And Gavin makes some really funny video clips of Corrie, one of which went viral recently, which is really exciting. I don't know whether you guys might have seen. I'll give you a clue. London. That's your clue. So without any further ado, take it away, Gavin and Helen.
Hi, Science Sophie, it's Gavin.
And the other one.
And we are the Talk of the Street, an unofficial Coronation Street catch-up podcast, aren't we, Helen?
Yes, we are. And we are pleased to announce for the 3rd annual Coastal News Podcast Awards, Best Newcomer.
Yep, we really loved being part of this last year, and it is an honour to be part of it again this year. My Saturday mornings are not complete without Coastal News Podcasts and listening to Science Sophie covering the news from Summer Bay.
Which is on the coast.
You do other things. Anyway, without any further ado, Helen, please announce the winner of the Best Newcomer Award.
And the winner is Marley.
Congratulations, Marley.
Congrats.
Thanks,
Woohoo.
thanks again, Science Sophie. Enjoy the rest of your night. Take care.
Bye-bye.
So Marley
Yes.
is your best newcomer 2023 Coastal News listener. What do you make of that, Sophie?
I'll be honest, I was quite surprised because this was quite a difficult category for me to choose a person to win, because the competition was quite difficult, I thought. But I'm glad that Marley's won it. I think it's significant that Kyle Schilling, that plays Marley, has been given this accolade. I think, without wanting to get too political on the podcast, with him being an Aboriginal actor, and the importance of having Indigenous Australians on TV, with all the stuff that's going on in the news in Australia with the referendum recently. I'm really glad that Marley's actually won this category. I think it's really important. What do you think?
I agree. I absolutely agree. And the fact that he's been welcomed into the Bay with open arms.
Yeah.
As a character, he's got roots. He's grounded quite quickly, hasn't he? And he hasn't come in the midst of some insane drama. Like a lot of characters do. Let's face it.
Yeah.
He came in and slotted into a job, and he slotted into a home, and he sort of got on with Bay life quite quickly, and that helped him, I feel familiar quite quickly. So I can understand why people have warmed to him. You and I struggle with his relationship with Rose, don't we?
Absolutely, yeah.
But he as a character has a great deal of potential, and we're here for. We've just recently here in the UK met his mother. We know his sister, Alandra, not Alandra. So there's lots to explore there as well, and we're excited for that. So yeah, I can see why people have gone for it. Yeah.
I hope we get to see more of his family, because the storyline at the moment is about Rose and her heritage, isn't it? But
yeah,
we've seen some of Marley's, like you say, his family. But there was that carrot dangled about, come and visit us to Rose, come and meet the rest of the family. It'd be nice to see that, wouldn't it?
It would. And his family is so huge and close.
Yes.
There's scope there for all sorts, isn't there? So,
yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Congrats.
Welcome to the Bay. Yeah. Right, on for the next one then. Rattling through these.
We are.
Yeah. And it's best couple, is it not?
It is best couple. Yes. Oh, I wonder who will win. So to present this next award, we have the always funny, always entertaining JK and Adam from Neighbourhood Rewatch, which is an award-winning, I'm not sure what awards they've won, we need to ask them, award-winning podcast that is sometimes about neighbours. Or
sometimes.
You know what? It burns me to say the N-word, I think it's acid reflux.
Yeah.
Yeah, bleep it out. Obviously, I'm jesting because we've started a collaboration with JK and Adam recently to attempt to answer that age-old burning question: which is the best Aussie soap? Now, obviously, it's Home and Away, but it has been fun to record some versus episodes with these lads from Neighbourhood Rewatch. We've just done an episode recently about the best show legend, and we pitted Irene against their Harold to see who would win. And if you haven't listened to that episode already, then go and have a listen. And we are going to be releasing some more of these versus episodes soon, so stay tuned. But in the meantime, let's hear from JK and Adam to present the next award.
So Adam, I've got some exciting news for you.
Oh,
So after our success last year of presenting, I think it was Best Female for Coastal News. I'm
Oh,
pretty sure it was
yes.
Best Female.
They haven't asked us back again, have they?
They have.
Oh my God, what's wrong with them?
I don't know. I mean, it's their own fault at this point, isn't it?
What is it? It's the definition of insanity, doing the same thing again and expecting different results. We're going to do the same shit we did last time. So, more fool you, Coastal News. That's proper nice of them. We are having a joke. That's proper nice of them. Cheers, guys.
Yeah, we do. We really do appreciate being part of this. Even though we are enemies.
Oh, no one watches Home and Away. Oh.
So, we've been asked this time to present the best couple for the Coastal News Awards for 2023.
Right, okay. Is this one of those where it's really embarrassing because we've won? Is it one of them? Oh.
Let me open the envelope. Tane and Felicity, or as their online ship name is known, Tenicity. Well done, you two.
I've got nothing to. I don't know who they are.
They're the best couple. I'm going to go find out about them right now.
Yeah, probably should have done the research before we handed the award out. Really.
Probably.
Never mind. Maybe next year.
Maybe next year.
Tenicity. You should absolutely know who they are, Adam. Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah. And of course, our audience know who they are.
Because they voted for them. Yeah.
This one was a landslide, actually. This one.
I'm not shocked.
No.
I'm
we're
not
not.
shocked.
We do it a lot, and I imagine other people do. We sort of compare any other couple to them these days, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, no surprises. No surprises.
No surprises. Quite happy with this, actually. Quite happy with the choice that the listeners have made, I think.
We've had a sort of couple of years of will they, won't they, on and off. Wedding up in smoke, second wedding finally happened. Maori culture. Oh my God, what a glorious wedding that was. And then the heartache of Felicity's attack. And so it's been a journey, the J word.
Yeah.
So we've invested a lot, and I'm not surprised that they've taken that away. Right, I believe now we're going to announce one or two ourselves, but it's not all about guests. Yeah. You know, we rule Ruth.
Yeah. Occasionally we do some work.
Get everybody else to do it for us. But we'll turn up for one. So what have you got for us, Sophie? You're going to do one.
I am delighted to announce the winner of the award for Best Male 2023 as voted by our lovely Coastal News listeners. And I can officially reveal that our top bloke is John Palmer.
Oh.
Congratulations, JP.
Absolutely. Do you know what? John has won everybody over, won everyone's hearts over, hasn't he? And he's been phenomenal this year. Yes. Phenomenal. I'm so glad he won.
He's so good. He's so funny. He's like the comedy relief that you need. I mean, he's just every time I see him on the screen, I'm like beaming because I know I'm going to enjoy the scene.
He plays it so well.
He does. Yeah.
And I talk a lot about him. I think John trumps Alf. Like we talk about this a fair bit, don't we?
He's more. He's got more variety, hasn't he? He's got more. Yeah.
And he copes better in a Wi-Fi upgrade.
Well, as long as he's got Nico and his voice paperclip
for the roots.
I'm never going to forget that. I'm sorry. Oh, but he is just so funny. Like every scene he's in, just like I just know I'm going to smile. You know, I'm just glad to see him sometimes because it might have just come off the back of like a harrowing scene where it's a bit traumatic, or it might have come off of an L-word scene that we're not going to talk about. And then you just see John, and you're like, oh, I know I'm going to enjoy this because you know he's always comedy gold. He's just great. I just love him.
He is. And 10 years ago, if you'd have told me John would be winning Best Male, people's favourite male character on Home and Away, I'd have laughed you out the room.
Yeah.
Because, you know, everyone hated him. He was annoying. He was tight. He was skinflint. He was a pest, wasn't he? No, so to look at where he's gone now, you know, from the early days of John.
And you can tell Mr. Stewart's not forgot those days. He still
Well, that's true.
treats him. He still treats him like a pest. But he has come a long way, I think. That the journey, the arc. Yeah, he's been on a journey. He's great. I just love him. Live, laugh, lifeguard.
Absolutely. Mantra. Right, let's well, we've got a top bloke. Let's have a top Sheila, shall we?
Yeah,
So I'll
yeah.
I'll announce this one. Coastal News listener, your favourite female 2023 is Irene.
Irene.
Irene, tell you, there's some. Irene's trumping every other female character.
Irene in the back door again.
Saw that, Museka.
You can't say trumping about Irene. I'm just gonna lose it.
And then pause.
Oh, hey, do you know what? I'm loving this though. John and Irene, best male and best female. Like, not to be rude, but the oldies.
I know. Do you know? Just going to read between these lines here. What is it? Is this telling us something about the younger cohorts at the moment, or am I just trying to stir the pot?
I don't know. I guess it depends what your definition of best is, isn't it? I mean, is it most attractive? Is it funniest? Is it most lovable? I don't know. I'd say it's an all-rounder for these two.
I mean, we know Irene's great. We know Lynn McGranger plays her so well, and she's a classic. I mean, she's actually our show legend. Going back to the Versus eps with the Neighborhood rewatch. But like, when I'm thinking about this year, the past 12 months, I would have thought Jackie would have took that away. Jackie Purvis.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about the character. I've just mentioned the actress like an idiot. Felicity Newman would have took that away. Just for sheer amount of stories and the praise. But I'm not going to take it away from Irene, because Irene is clearly doing something right this year, and everyone's a learner.
I'm super happy for both of them. It's just great.
Right, so on with another award now. We're going back to one of our guests, and we're going over to Albert Square this time to Rob and Ree from Albert Square After Dark. They're amazing new podcast. Big EastEnder fan. We watch all the songs between us. But let's see what they've got for us with best storyline.
G'day, Home and Away fans. I'm Rob.
I'm Ree.
And we are from the Albert Square After Dark podcast. And it is our great pleasure to announce the winner of Best Storyline 2023 for the Coastal News Podcast Home and Away Awards. It seems like there was a lot of competition for that this year. However, there can only be one winner. And the winner of the Best Storyline 2023 is...
Bree's Domestic Abuse.
Hey, quite right too. Apparently, I've seen a few clips of that. It's very, very, very strong stuff. So yeah, no wonder that that's one. Enjoy the rest of the award ceremony. Big shout out to Coastal News Podcast. You're a great bunch, a great pair, great podcast. We'll speak soon. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, guys. Best storyline 2023. Bree's Abuse. This was juicy, to be fair.
It was good, wasn't it? And I was quite enjoying the ending of it. Sometimes the storyline kind of goes off on one, and then you don't enjoy the end. But I enjoyed the whole thing, this whole storyline. Did you?
Yeah, I did. And Jacob, Bree's estranged husband, was just such a good soap baddie, wasn't he?
He was
all the right deliciousness for that we needed, and it was really strong story. Like you say, right the way through to her murdering him whilst he was digging her grave.
Don't see that every day, do you?
No, only on Home and Away. Yeah.
So good. I mean, it's such an awful thing to be saying that is good. I mean, it's horrendous, and obviously it's topical, and it's one of those issue-based storylines. But it was so satisfying to watch him. His comeuppance, wasn't it? Because we saw him being horrible for weeks and weeks and weeks, and her being scared of him, and then to see her actually stand up and and literally shovel to the face. You know, it was a satisfying ending, I think, for me anyway.
Yeah, and it had out all the soap elements, you know, that makes a great soap story. You know, there was an affair. You know, there was an affair involved.
Yeah.
And then all the aftermath and the sort of, you know, what that gave the character of Bree afterwards and her sort of mental health struggles. There was this criminal element to it. There was the family. The family were blackmailing her. You know, there was so many levels to it. It was good. It was good. I mean, we've been spoilt this year with the storylines, actually. That I struggle to choose, you know, from one of the ones on offer. But I'm happy for Bree domestic abuse. Is that a strange thing to say? Is that sentence coming out of my mouth?
It's a strange thing to say, it is, but it was such a well done storyline. It deserved that. It deserved the win, I think. Yeah.
Right, on to the next category now, and Sophie has got a bit of a surprise for us. It's going to be best exit. And what have you got for us, Sophie?
Well, we posted on social media recently asking if anybody out there was daft enough to want to come on and present one of our awards for us. And unbelievably, a few of you actually did fill in our little, you know, request and said you did want to come on the pod and present an award. Unbelievably. And we put all your names into the tombola and we spun it around. And our lucky winner is Emma. Hello, Emma.
Hello. You mean I was the only one? Come on, admit it. There was one person on board. It was, and I applied 3 or 4 times under different pseudonyms. So.
Gotcha. Okay. Amazing. It's so good to have you on. Thank you so much for agreeing.
Yes.
You're daft
Welcome.
as a brush.
Thank you very much for having me on. It's an absolute pleasure. There's nowhere else I'd rather be on a Friday night.
Of course.
Oh, you liar.
Oh, bless you. So we know you from Twitter because obviously you do listen to the pod. I don't know how you put up with this, Emma, honestly, but you do listen and you do watch Home and Away. And up until recently you've been watching at Ozpace, haven't you? Because you've been abroad.
I've been out of the country for a couple of years, so it was easier for me to watch at Ozpace. But I've kind of been back and forth, kept in touch with what the UK are doing, and now I'm back home. I'm trying to sort of ease myself back into UK pace, and it's just very hard to avoid the spoilers, isn't it? But yeah, I'm trying to get back to UK pace.
Bless you. It is.
But
very
I won't
hard
give
to
you
avoid
anything.
the-
I won't give anything away. Don't worry.
Don't worry. We do see them, unfortunately, because if you look at the hashtag on Twitter or anywhere else, it's, you know, you just come across them, don't you? And what I try and do is go, no, I didn't see it. And sometimes it works, and sometimes I just forget. And then other times it just stays in your head. So yeah, it's a bit difficult. I wish we were. There's no reason why we can't be at the same pace as Australia now, really. But oh well, it's just one of them things, isn't it? So are you still enjoying the show? Have you got anything going on at the moment that you're enjoying particularly, or any characters that you're particularly loving at the moment?
In UK pace, well, I mean, who doesn't love John Palmer? He
of course
is such a main staple of the entire just backbone of the show. Him and Alf, and I mean, I love all the stuff at the moment as well with Irene, and that obviously you've got the 2 new girls that have just sort of joined with Harper and Dana. That's going to be great. That's lovely. All of that stuff. I totally agree with you with the way that they write about Marilyn. Does sometimes irk me because I've watched it pretty much on and off since the beginning, and just sometimes they sometimes write and talk about Marilyn like she's had a bump to the head, and it's really quite frustrating sometimes. I'm also with you on Rue. I wish she'd have. Anyway, she's there, and obviously we're all a big fan of the old of Cash. He's he's okay. Lyric, I'm enjoying your lyric in a minute. That's a welcome addition, very much.
We'll try and get it shorter than that if we can some weeks, but we thought a minute was
sort of speed reader in. So there's some good stuff.
So you've got a really important job because you are announcing one of our awards, and I believe we've given you Best Exit, haven't we?
How exciting! I mean, there's a lot to go out there. There's quite a lot of people that have come and gone over the past however long, isn't there?
Yeah, absolutely. We had a revolving door last year, didn't we? Definitely. Yes. So do you want to announce who the winner, or the unlucky winner, I guess, of the best exit of 2023 is, as voted by Coastal News listeners?
So the winner of Best Exit is Nick and Bella reunite and move to New York.
Are you surprised by that? That won that category?
I think that, well, I think there was some quite good ones in this category. I wasn't surprised that some of them didn't score at all. Gabe, we're looking at you. I think the poor fella got one bloody vote.
He didn't get any votes, did he? No, he didn't.
I know, that's so sad. I think Bella holds such a place in fans' hearts, is that she's gone on such an arc from when she joined the soap. I don't know how long ago, you'll probably know how long she's been in the soap for, but she's gone on such a, I know you hate the journey word, but she has gone on such a proper, from where she's come to being an absolute real life grown up with a slightly sketchy career being a photographer, but I think she has a very special place in people's hearts. And then I think that it was a testament to how well she was liked, because we've seen in the past how other maybe actors have been exited and maybe the door hasn't hit them on the way back out.
Yeah.
The way that she's obviously been written out and been allowed then to come back, or not been allowed, should I say, been asked to come back specifically for this, I think was testament to how much she was liked by the people that make Home and Away.
Yeah.
So it was a lovely thing that it was a lovely rounding off of their relationship, but it was just really nice for her, I thought, as an actor, to be invited back to have this bit with Nico and that kind of sort of draw a line under them two and go off together into the sunset, if you like.
Yeah, because her exit before that was, for us, we felt it was a bit rushed, and we were kind of disappointed, really, because it was just that phone call, wasn't it, where she was in New York and she planned to be there for a short time, and then she'd called Nico, didn't she, on the phone, and they were having a conversation, and he just said, I want to break up with you, because all that bikey stuff was going on. And he didn't tell her any of that. He didn't tell her why it wasn't safe for her to come back to the Bay. He didn't have that dialogue with her. He just said, I don't want to go out with you anymore. That's it. Go and enjoy your life. And we were like, this is it? This is a phone call dumping her?
It was rude, actually. It was downright rude, that phone call.
It was awful.
Then, though, were they listening in then? Was he worried about them being listened in on? I can't remember what.
I don't know whether they knew about the books at that point. I can't remember, but it just felt like... Oh,
he was worried about bikies, wasn't he? And
but
why didn't he tell her? Yeah.
I'll
tell you. Why didn't he tell her the truth?
She'd have probably come back and fought them all, knowing Bella. She'd have been that leather jacket. She'd have been off with Tex. She'd have had that leather jacket on the back of his motorcycle up to Bikey HQ before he could say.
Michael is a copper. I know all about this. Yeah, true.
She could have said hello to Colby on the way.
Yeah, exactly. Never mentioned again, by the way.
I was shooketh at this result, guys. Like, I didn't think so it's interesting listening to your take on that, Emma, because it sounds like it's definitely like a Bella leaning. Do you know what I mean? Like it's about Bella and not so much Nico. I wasn't really invested in them as a couple, and as an exit, I thought, it's a nice exit, off your trot sort of thing. So I was quite surprised that these guys won, but obviously, like you say, they hold a lot of sentiment with the fans, and it sounds like it's mainly Bella.
Yeah, I would have thought so. I mean, it wasn't. I wouldn't have voted for this one. I thought it was a bit. I was the same as I think you both said on the podcast. I couldn't quite forgive the fact that he managed to get a visa for the United States in about 30 minutes. How has he managed to get? Which booking website is he where you can get a flight to America in a couple of hours, and a visa. That was very strange indeed. So I was a bit, it was nice, but I don't think it was quite up there as top soap exits for me. For me, definitely was poor old Brie watching the Jacob over the head with a shovel. That was my absolute favourite.
The shovel he was digging her grave with.
Yeah. I think I would have voted for Shovel Face exit as well, to be fair. I think that was my favourite exit of 23.
Absolutely. I think that was the drama, the being on a different set, and the little camper van that they had, and the sort of menace of Remy going around with it. It did make me laugh. I read somewhere about he'd smashed in his guitar playing hand, and I was thinking, well, aren't both of your hands guitar playing hands? I was really. He smashed in his guitar playing hand. Well, which are they both? How's Remy playing his guitar?
Well.
True. Oh yeah, don't ask.
Yeah, exactly. So Jacob getting a shovel in the back of the head would have been my vote. I thought that was the drama leading up to that, the in and out of the motel, and him being kidnapped, and the constant pensive face that she did. I thought it was great.
Amazing.
Which one would you have all voted for?
I think
I know you said shovel face.
Shovel face.
What about you, Si?
Yeah, no, exactly. I think I did vote shovel face. Yeah, I think it was. I'm a sucker for a plot. You give me an exciting plot. I don't care what the characters are up to. I'm into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, something. Yeah, dramatic.
I do feel sorry for the actor that played Gabe, though, sat at home thinking nobody cares about me.
He died off screen, and I just couldn't get invested in him at all. Whereas Jacob, if we're going to have a death, I mean, if it's going to be an exit, I want a death, I'll be honest, because it's more dramatic, isn't it, than just getting on a plane.
We all love a soap baddie as well, don't we? We all love a decent soap baddie.
Thank you so much for coming on. We've really enjoyed having you on and hearing your thoughts on the Bay. And thank you for announcing our winner of Best Exit, which was
thank you,
Brie hitting Jacob in the face with a shovel.
Well, in our opinion, it was Nick and Bella. We've decided it should have been. We've decided it should have been Shovel Face. We've overruled the results. No, the winner was, just to reiterate, the winner was Nick and Bella reunite and move to New York, and not.
That's what I meant. That's what I meant.
Right, that's the end. That was quick. Of Coastal News Podcast Awards 2023. Are you happy? Are you having a good time?
I've had the time of my life.
Do you need your bubbles topping up?
Of course.
I'm gonna go and try and get to the bar now. Try and get through all your fans. I'm gonna try and go and get a drink. Okay. See you in a bit. See you later. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
You said earlier on that Jane McDonald was the campest thing in the world.
Oh yeah.
I think we just trumped Jane McDonald.